I got lots of ginger beers because I really like them at night. They're spicy, they're gingery, so quite healthy instead of having some kind of soda. Eggs. This is a sort of creme caramel. I really like that dessert, and so tend to have it whenever I feel hungry but don't feel like cooking something. This is also my favorite soup. It's a lentil and spinach dal. It's Indian. Butter, because I'm planning on doing lots of cooking. Some mini cheddar sticks. These are also for snacking. It goes in the same vein as this. I tend to get very hungry in winter. This is beef mince with less than 5% fat, and I'm going to use that to make bolognese sauce. Then this is venison steak. And juice. Now, the fruit and veggies are my biggest challenge because this is effectively where I don't want to have any waste. So my goal this week is to really eat everything I was given, because I don't get typically to choose what's in the box. I'm going to make this into a small side salad, so I'll have it with a vinaigrette, so I'll make sure to have it. This type of greens is the first thing that goes bad. Spinach, I'm going to mix into my pasta, mix into my omelets, and basically just pepper it on everything, because this is maybe 2 or 3 uses. You just take a big handful and that's it. Broccoli keeps well, so I'll just have that with a bit of garlic and some chili, and it would be a side for the steak, I guess. The rest is onions. I can always use onions. What is this? This is fresh ginger, so I'm gonna use it for day-to-day drinking. Wild mushrooms. I'm going to make risotto, because I do have some other mushrooms that are still left in my fridge, but they're not wild, they're just like your typical button mushrooms, big mushrooms. And these are wild ones that were foraged. So I will use maybe one of these in my risotto, and for the rest I'm going to make a small, maybe fricassee. This green pepper I'm going to use to make a chicken soup. But normally I need more than 1 pepper, so I'm not sure whether I want to mix it with this. I realized also that I typically don't eat the red peppers, I only eat green ones. So I might think of stuffing this one with some of the beef mince, because I'm not going to use all of the beef mince in my bolognese. Then I have lemons that I can eat, that's fine. Courgettes are very easy because it's the same thing as for spinach. I just have to add it to everything. I can add a few cubes to my pasta. I can add a bit to my risotto. It's one of those things that I can add to anything. So that's what I will do. I have 2 of them. And then, oh, I found the second green one. I'm definitely doing my chicken soup. I'm gonna cook it actually this afternoon, because 2 peppers are perfect. Then some bananas that I'm gonna let ripen. And that's it. So actually this week's box is not a challenge. It's good because I wanted to get into this habit. So I really like the fact that I didn't get a very challenging box to begin with. Here is a quick view of my chicken soup recipe. It's as simple as it gets. You obviously need chicken. You can have any cuts that you want. I usually like the darker meat, so that's what I'm taking right now. I already rinsed it, but I'm just keeping it to the side because poultry, you want to be very careful with contamination and salmonella. Then I will have, the key ingredient is actually the green pepper. I'd never make this soup if I didn't have green pepper. So I'll have green pepper, some risotto rice. I like it just because it ends up being a bit more creamy. And then some saffron and some ginger. I do have fresh ginger, but I'm still going to use just the ground dried one. Optional things are parsley. Whenever I have parsley and coriander, I would use it. I happen to have some. And then I also have some garlic, simply because it's cold and flu season, so I would like to have the extra antiseptic and properties of the allium family. This is just a chopped leek. This is not part of the recipe, but like I said earlier, I'm trying to avoid wasting a lot of the food, and I realized that in my box I often get leeks, which just end up staying there for ages, and then I toss them. And so I decided that each time I get a leek, I just cut it off in pieces, and I found that when I have them this way, it's just easy for me to toss them in everything. So it's the same thing as taking a handful of spinach or taking a bit of the courgette. So whenever I receive something like that, I'll just make sure to already have it ready for use, because it makes it easier. And so this is my pot. I'm going to put a little bit of oil. It shouldn't be your best olive oil because it will burn. Just a teeny tiny bit, only to brown. So I'm probably going to go with sunflower oil. I'm going to brown the chicken. Once I brown it, I'll add the garlic, the parsley, and then the peppers. Then I'm going to wait a little bit, then add the leeks, then I add the rice. I pour a bit of hot water on the saffron and I add that, salt, pepper, ginger. And then you cover everything with water and you let it do its magic. It's one of the simplest things to do, but for some reason this combination just makes things, it just works well. And I've been doing it for years. Now I usually oscillate between making it runny and making it thick. This time I am going to make it thick just because I feel like having something very filling in my stomach rather than a soup-like thing. So it would be more of a rice kind of dish. Soup is ready. I ended up adding a few things. I gave you the basic recipe, but I ended up adding 1 pot of cardamom, a bit of turmeric, a dash of herbs de Provence. What else? Yeah, I was just in the mood to add a couple things, so that's what I did. It is ready now. I added more salt because I like it. I like mine super salty, but that's what it looks like. Absolutely love it. I had a bit of a curry, and I already used some of my broccoli that I recently got. So I'm happy that I'm already acting on stuff. These are some old potatoes. I rinsed them, and I'll try later today to peel them and make a puree so that I can start making makuda, which is the little potato pancakes. And this is what my veggie section looks like. I've added the onions that I received this morning, and these are all the fruits and bits that I got this morning. I have this old banana that I will just put outside so that I eat it first, but also because I don't want it to over ripen the greenish bananas I have over there. But yes, that's that. What else? I have just been looking at the Cartier catalog because, like I said, I'm gonna be filming the unboxing in a bit, so I just wanted to have a look first at what would be in my wish list and what I already got, and so that's effectively my next video. Stay tuned. Yesterday I went to Flying Tiger and I bought the tiniest little diary for 2022, and I already kind of started putting things in it. But you know, I was just thinking that I wanted to be able to have a look at my social calendar, social, you know, quote unquote, without being that person who needs to look at their phone all the time. So yes, I will have some appointments on my phone, but I also want to be able to see them in something like this. I just love when you're talking to someone and you're making plans and you just can immediately pull one of these little boys and just look at what is coming ahead. It just feels different than on a phone. And again, I do put things on phone. It's just that for more personal things and social events, I feel like it's nice to write them, you know, with ink on paper. One of my quirky things, and I got it in this tiny size just because I needed to fit in my bag. I told you guys that I have a, since I filmed what's in my bag, and I had bought that new Goya that after a few months I would film an updated one. I have still been adjusting what I have in it because of how I use it, etc. But that video is getting there. It's getting there. Give it a few more months until I settle in that bag, and then we should be good to film it. I always think it's important to show how things come to life, not just show you the unboxing and just disappear. So yeah, I'm just going to have my tea and edit this video. My computer is very, very old, so it will take a while, but hopefully you'll enjoy it.